Good morning. Welcome to Viking Preparedness. I am Pastor Joe Fox. In this video, I want to discuss the 10 things you need to consider now to prepare for chaos. We don't have time to cue the intro. We got too much to do. Okay. You know what's going on, right? It's why you watch channels like this. You've seen everything that's going on in the world, all these wars that are getting ready to maybe start right away, tomorrow, right now while I'm posting this video or whatever. And we do a lot of stuff on my Patreon channel, and last night I ran a little drill, a little exercise, if you will, where I simply asked the Vikings over there one question. And I was interested in how that turned out. And it got me thinking about y'all. And I think sometimes I assume that we all kind of have the same mindset towards preparedness, and we're all kind of at, an intermediate kind of level and moving forward. But what I'm coming to find out is that many people are just coming to the concept of preparedness, and many people are just coming to the understanding that they need to prepare, to get prepared for the times that are coming. And there are too many people out there who say things, comment things like, if you haven't already started, it's too late. And it is never too late. Never. You have to have the desire, the will, to survive and to do. But it is never too late. Never say die. And so with that in mind, I got to thinking about y'all. And I got to thinking about people who are new to this. And I thought, okay, yeah, if you've watched me for any length of time at all, I tell you, get out of the cities, form a group, store lots of food, all those things. Okay, but what if you're trying to get ready right now? What do you do? All right, so here's a list of 10 things. I'm interested in your comments. You guys can go crazy with them. Do whatever you want. But the very, very first thing, number one, first thing you got to do to prepare for chaos is calm down your emotions. You're going to have to engage your brain, your logical side of your brain, not your emotional side. You can't be running around like a chicken with your head cut off and going crazy and just going crazy. You can't do that. You're going to need to have all your faculties, all your brain power engaged to survive. I got a list here. Survive what's coming. And so if you find yourself getting all excited and breathless and running around, and even when you comment, writing in all caps and putting 1,000 bangs, exclamation points, you're in the wrong emotional state, and you need to chill out. That's the most important thing. Stay calm. All right, number two. Yep, go ahead. Put together a bob, right? If you do not have a bug-out bag, put one together. I don't have time in this video to tell you how to do that. Shameless plug for my book, Survivalist Family, Prepared Americans for a Strong America by Joe Fox, available at fine bookstores everywhere and Barnes & Noble. Everything I'm about to tell you is in that book, right? But put together a bug-out bag, something that you can grab right now and go if there's nothing else you can do. I have 10 seconds to get out of here. Boom, boom, you have a bob and go. And again, I cover that in my book. It's all over the internet. I would just tell you this. You don't need to spend a lot of money on a bug-out bag. You can spend $2,000 or $3,000 on one bug-out bag. You certainly can. How much is your life worth? You need to be prepared to go camping and be totally self-supporting for a few days. That's what you need to do. So build yourself a bug-out bag. Number three, food. You need some food. I continue to just shake my head, SMH, my head at people who think they're preppers and say, yeah, I'm up to 2 weeks worth of food or something like that. Go get some food. You don't have to do the Mylar bag, beans and rice, wheat, corn, and all that stuff that I always talk about. Go to the grocery store and fill your cart with stuff that's canned and in boxes, right? That you normally eat, things that you normally eat. Go buy that stuff because it'll last at least a year. If it's in cans and boxes, pretty generally speaking, it'll last about a year. And go get some food. You're going to need calories. This is a machine, and you're going to have to fuel it, and no one out there is going to have food for sale when something big happens like, well, I don't want to go into that in this video. Get some food. Get some water. maybe a couple days worth of water, a gallon per person per day. The more the merrier, right? With all of this, the more the merrier. But you need, water. But more importantly, you need to figure out where you're going to get more water, because you just can't store a year's supply of water unless you're very rich and have a swimming pool or something. You're going to need to figure out how you're going to get water. Again, I talk about that in my book. I talk about it on this video channel. There's lots of ways to do that. And the important part is, which way are you using? And always remember, primary, alternate, contingency, emergency. I think it's the first video I ever did, and I talked about water. So you can go all the way down 1,000 videos and look at the first one and get some hints there. But you need to figure out what you're going to do about water. So that was number 4. Number 5, medical. Some of you have medical conditions. How are you going to deal with them when normal services no longer exist? How are you going to deal with them when normal stores are no longer open? Again, whine all you want. Some of you do. There's nothing I can do. Okay, if you have that attitude, you're right. There's nothing you can do. But for others, figure out a way around it. What are you going to do? But start thinking about that now and start taking steps now. This whole thing that I'm giving you, these 10 things, are for you to build an action plan and then act on it. Do these things now so that when you find out at 2 o'clock in the morning that your world has just turned to chaos and things are never going to be the same, you can, this is what I'm doing and I'm prepared to do it. So figure out your medical situation. And if you don't have any medical conditions, awesome. Think about a robust first aid kit and taking care of somebody with the flu, right? Just think about those things and put those things together. Protection. What you need is an M4. Or no, what you need is an AK-47. No, you need a 1911 A1. No, everybody knows that's 20th century technology. What you need is a Glock 19. Whatever. You need protection, right? You need a firearm. Yes, and then, I love the comments that come. You need a firearm. You need to know how to use it. You don't have time maybe between now and tomorrow to learn how to use a Glock properly. But, it's kind of like the original point-and-click interface with a Glock. That's why I like them. But whatever, you need a firearm or something to protect yourself with. One of the things we used to teach in SEER school was improvised survival, evasion, resistance, and escape. It's improvised weapons. And, if nothing else, reach down and pick you up a good stick. And we actually had a class on what is a good stick, if you can believe that. But you need a weapon. You need some way to protect yourself and those you care about. And again, like everything, the more the merrier, the bigger the better, but you need to think about protection. Along with protection, and kind of segueing, and protection was number 6, segueing into number 7 is, how are you going to secure your place? Your place could be your home, your compound, your car, your campsite, your canoe. Whatever. How are you going to secure that? Start giving thought to that. Excuse me, I obviously need more coffee. And take some steps towards that end. Protection. All right. Number 7 of the things you need to consider right now to get ready for chaos. Shelter. What are you going to live in? What are you going to get out of the weather in? Cody, I think it's Cody Lundin, he did a book called 98.6, The Fine Art of Keeping Your Ass Alive, or something like that. It was an okay book. I found it a bit irreverent, but I'm a pastor, right? But really, if you boil that book down, one of the 2 core principles in that book was you have to maintain your core temperature at 98.6. Can't get too hot, can't get too cold. So what are you going to do about that? Everything from, how are you going to secure your house? What are you going to do if your house burns down? Where are you going to go? Do you have a tent? Do you have a tarp? Do you have an old shower curtain that you can put over your top of yourself to keep the rain off? 2, I live in downtown LA, and it's just going to be chaos. When chaos comes, I can't be here. Where else am I going to go? Where am I going to live there? The idea, and I actually heard this recently, that I'm going to this state because there's a lot of caves there and I'm going to find a cave to hide in, is a horrible idea. Again, I don't have time in this video. We're already getting long to go into why that's a horrible idea. Yeah, if you have a cave and you outfit it and you fit it out, awesome. I would love to find a cave out here, and we never have. So yeah, if you could find a cave, that'd be good. But walking out into the woods to look for a cave or go to some tourist park, it's a horrible idea. And just take my word for it. That's a terrible idea. So is the idea, because number 8 on the things you need to do to prepare for chaos, we went from shelter, is location. Where are you going to weather this storm that's coming? Where? Are you going to weather it in downtown LA? Okay, for about a week, max. Are you going to weather it in Ohio in farm country at Aunt Millie's farm? Much better idea. Are you going to weather it in northern Idaho in the Rocky Mountains? Okay, do you know that there's mosquitoes there that can carry you away in the summertime, and there's winters there that'll just freeze you to the side of a mountain, like in Jeremiah Johnson? What you cannot do is just wander off into the boonies and think you're just going to survive out there. It's a bad plan. It's not really a plan. So figure out what your location is going to be. Where are you going to weather this storm? And like I said, for everything that you... and so this is an action plan, though, right? This isn't just an intellectual exercise for you. So when you decide where that place is, make the arrangements to be there. And if you can, put some stuff there now. Or, actually talk to Aunt Millie and say, hey, so if we come there and stay, is that cool? Yes, where would we live? In the extra bedroom, whatever. But actually get a plan on it. How are you going to get there? All those things. With all these things, more is better, bigger is better. But really, once you come up with the one way and you actually have it, then come up with another way that's different, just in case the first way, something doesn't happen right and it doesn't work, right? 1 is none, 2 is 1. All right. Location, where are you going to go? Number 9, transportation. How are you going to get there? There was one person in the exercise. They didn't know it was an exercise. I did. I use everything as a chance to train and to think and to get better. But one person was planning on leaving where they were, like in the middle of the night, and going. And it's like, okay, well, how's your transpo? How's your car? Is it ready to go? That was interesting. America. Is it ready to go? Is it tuned up? Does you have the gas and the fluids and all those things? What's your backup plan when that car dies? To leave early, because this one person was saying they were going to leave, and a lot of people were giving this person garbage. There's no need to panic and leave. You know what? A month too early is better than a second too late. And a second too late, there's so many people who ask questions like, so what signs do I need to know to bug out? If you're waiting on some kind of sign or indicator to bug out, you'll never make it if you're in a congested area, because everybody else is waiting on those signs, and when they get them, herd mentality, man, there they go, and you're stuck. Right? And people will act crazy. Look at how people act on the internet now in times of tension when things go up. Wait till North Korea pops this nuke and we do something to North Korea. Just watch the people when they're sitting behind a keyboard in a climate-controlled environment with their favorite beverage in their hand. Watch how they emote and spew all over their keyboard. And then think about what's going to happen when they're actually in a car driving and things start going bad. So work out your transportation and work out alternates for that. Alternate routes, alternate means. How am I going to get from here to there? And remember, to leave early, that's cool. You should leave early. That was number 9. Number 10 of the things you need to consider when preparing for chaos. And again, these are things that you can do right now or in the next 48 hours, really. If you get on it, you can do these things in the next very short amount of time. Last thing, and that's the most important, you got to get right with God. You're going to die eventually. You're going to die. As much as, all this is about trying to stay alive and do the best you can where you're at, eventually you're going to die, and you're going to face the Maker. And I encourage y'all to get right with Him. I don't really feel like preaching right now. I can feel the pushback already, and I haven't even posted the video. But those of you who know what I mean. Those of you who are searching, just pray to Him to reveal Himself to you, and go from there. All right, hey, I hope that was helpful. We're we're in for an interesting ride for the next little bit. And I do care about y'all. And I wanted to give you some things you could grab onto and start taking positive action now. See, positive action beats worry and stress, right? So go do some things. And honestly, if you don't have my book and you are new at this, I wrote this book for people like you. I wrote this book because I didn't think there was a great book out there telling you how to get ready for you and your family, like a step-by-step guide. You can get it at Barnes & Noble, and I'll put a link to it down below. You need to start taking some action. Get off the internet a little bit and go get some stuff done. Go get ready. A little bit of preparation goes a long way when things happen. I hope that was useful. Comment away. Lots of you all have good ideas. Lots of you all are far down the road. Just remember, it is never too late to start. You can always do something. All right. I'll see you out there.